afternoon, guys. I hope you're all well and you're enjoying the bank holiday weekend. Well, this is when it's being filmed. I'm not too sure when I'm going to be uploading it. Yeah, so as you can see from the title, I'm going to be fitting a white line rear anti-roll bar today, which I picked up from a lad called Daniel Loofway, who sorted me an absolute steal on it. It's brand new, you can just probably see it behind me. It's all in the packaging, not even open, literally a little tear in the bag. That's it, and he gave me such a cheap price, I've had to snatch it off his hands. Also, if you're watching this, mate, nice one, thank you. So I'm heading up to Ash from Masters Mods today. He's going to give me a hand fitting it. I did have a look last week I was going to try and chuck it on last week, but it appears that someone's put like a little bit of a tack weld or something around the nut on the rear arm, where you have to unbolt for the bushes to put one of the brackets on. I'll put a picture up somewhere here. And all I've got is 12-point sockets, so I need a 6-point socket to crack the. I'm going to try and break the weld to obviously take it off. I've also bought some brand new genuine Vauxhall nuts and bolts to replace them with, so if I snap them off or anything like that, it doesn't matter, I can replace them. So yeah, I'm going to be chucking it on today and bring you guys along for the journey like I always do. It's another handling upgrade. Apparently these are really good on these cars because the rear is quite boaty, and I've heard from a few people say it's the best modification to do to your car, to these Astras. So we'll see. I'll chuck that on. Also, shout out to Cody Wiseman. Nice one for your support in the channel, mate. It's appreciated, dude. So hope you're doing well. But yeah, so I'm gonna head up to Ash's now. Who's obviously another YouTuber. I'll leave a link in the description to his channel. You've probably seen me do videos with him on my previous videos. So he's got a nice Astra VXR. So make sure you subscribe to him if you want to see Astra VXR content from another YouTuber. So yeah, I'm getting close to his now. So what I'll do, we're going to get to his, get the car in the air, and then I'll basically update the video from there. I will try and walk through what you need to do best I can. There are guides out there if you guys would rather look at someone else's video or look at basically pictures and stuff, but I would try and explain what you need to do best I can. Alright, so let's crack on. Right then, as you can see, the car's in the air. Ash is taking the wheel off, and that one's obviously already done. Got an axle stands on the jacket points. Some people do fit these anti-roll bars without taking all the suspension off, but I'm just going to take it off. Well, I say take the suspension, I'll just drop the strut so it brings the swing arm down. And then, the first one I need to do, if you guys can really see it, this bolt here, that's the one that's got a bit of something or another on it. Hoping to crack. The Torx on the other side doesn't look the best, so I don't really know how we're going to get it off if we can't crack the nut.
We'll do it.
Yeah, that's it, innit? But yeah, so and then once we've done that, you need to drill a hole through here, a 10mm hole, which obviously all connects to, which I'll explain to you if we get that far. If I end up torching the car or something. But we're going to make a crack on this now, see if we can get this undone. Actually, we might undo the struts first, so it obviously releases this, so it takes the tension out of it.
You're going to jack the bottom of the. You're going to jack the bottom of this up, try and release some of the tension. Is that what you said?
Basically, yeah. Well, just basically take the strut off, and then make a start of undoing things, and hopefully it all undoes okay. But with my current streak with this car, I don't think it'll be as easy as I think. Right, as you can see, we've obviously took the strut out, so just freed this up, so I'm going to have to get the spring out to drill that anyway. Look at the state of that. What am I supposed to do with that? That's supposed to be a Torx bolt. It's not even anything anymore. It's just a spherical round blob of rust. I've tried water brushing it best I can. Just got to try and hope I can get a Torx on it and crack the nut end and pray, I suppose. But yeah, we'll have a go. Right, as you can see, I've been in there with a wire brush to try and recreate that sort of a Torx looking bolt. Unfortunately, I think what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to drop the beam, like drop this here, after there's 3 bolts on this, to crack that, bring this down. Obviously I need to disconnect the brake line, look at a little bolt there, hope it doesn't snap. And
I'll let you know shortly.
Bring it down, so we can obviously get a bit more room in there. I mean, worst comes to worst, because there's so much like crud. If it's low enough, I can hammer it on just to get past this crud that's on it. And the same with the other side, it's just not much. There's not much room to get that stuff, unfortunately. But let's say Ash is cracking that off now. So we'll make a start on that side first, because the jack's already there to support it. And then once we've done that, we'll move it across to this side. Okay, sit rep. We have got the nut and bolt out of the one side. The problem is, because obviously as you can see, I've brought brand new bolts. So obviously these aren't the best. But obviously to get them out, we obviously had to drop the rear beam. Let's get under here. As you can see, we had to drop it right down so we could get the ratchets in there and obviously pull the bolt out. It's basically just 3 bolts that hold the rear beam on. So I'm going to put the bracket on now, which I'll show you in a minute. And then we'll have to do the same with the other side. And then hopefully then we can start drilling the under the where the spring sits. 10mm hole in that. Brackets on there. Hopefully. It's going okay at the minute, but obviously I haven't done that side yet. So, and they were on there, they were super tight, so I imagine you have to do it, I'm going to have to do them up super tight, but I've got brand new bolts and nuts, so whacking them up would be a lot easier. Right, you can see I've got everything all laid out. Obviously them bolts we're putting through now, that's for these, and they sort of sit sort of like that. I'm sure they angle towards the back, I'm pretty sure. If memory serves me right, I'll have to double check the instructions, but I'm pretty sure that's the way, say on the left hand side of the car, that basically it'll sit like that. And then what happens then is that there obviously goes into there like that, and obviously bolts up and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'm going to put this on now, do it up in the right position, obviously with the brand new nuts and bolts, and then I'll be in a position then to obviously put this on at some point. But we're getting there, we're getting there. Well, yeah, so you can see it's all brand spanking new, so bargain really, how cheap I got it. Right, as you can see, we've put that bracket on there, and obviously with the new bolt and nut on there. Now we've obviously removed the springs, so we're going to drill a 10mm hole. There's already a hole there, so you basically got your pilot hole already. So yeah, so put a 10mm drill through there, and then we have to mount up the like a little drop link for the anti-roll bar itself.
Tell them about why the brackets.
Oh yeah, the bracket as well is basically, it points sort of towards the back. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, guys, but you know when you order something, it points to the back. So, basically the slants backwards. The lower bit is facing the front, and obviously it goes up towards the back. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Nice. Wow, crusty.
Crust.
Nice.
I might do the
That
other
was
side
in,
on there.
yeah, you might as well.
Just want to make sure you can't really tell from underneath.
Go on there, yeah. Right then, as you can see, brackets on. You need the big washer for at the top, the little washer underneath, and obviously the nylon nut. Obviously got the bracket. I've left it loose for now, just so I've got a bit of movement when we put the bar on and stuff like that. I found as well what you need to do before you put the your bolt through, put the spring on first, because I found because how that big that washer is, when I went to put the spring on after I put it on, I couldn't get the spring past the washer, so just bear that in mind, guys. But yeah, so this is sort of semi done. I'd say just need to obviously jack it up, put the strut back in and stuff, and then we'll move on to that side and do the exact same thing again. And hopefully it comes off relatively okay, one can hope. Right, as you can see, brackets on there, both sides, everything's all reassembled. It's just literally a case of now putting the drop links for the rear anti-roll bar on, and then mounting it all on. And fingers crossed it all goes okay. Well, I can't see, I think that's the most difficult done. I just can't believe I had to drop the actual rear beam, but it is what it is. It's had some brand new nuts and bolts in it now. On this side, looks like there was on the bolts that go through the rear beam, looks like there was an underseal or something on it to scrape it all off. So God knows, but it's done now. So yeah, next port of call is going to be the rear anti-roll bar fixings and then the bar itself. Right then, as you can see, we're sort of all loosely fitted. This is how this sits. So the bolt comes from the back of the bracket through the nut, and then the actual anti-roll bar sits behind the I'm sorry about the wind, guys, behind the actual the drop link sort of thing. Obviously then you've got the two brackets under there. Obviously just make sure you just leave everything loose when you're putting it on, just so you can get everything right how you want it, and then that'll be it. And I'll start basically got to do these up, do them up, and then hopefully we're done. Fingers crossed. Right then, we're all assembled. We had a little bit of a drama with the bracket over there. We didn't realise the bracket had moved when we've been doing it up. So when we went to do these up, it was really difficult, and it was the anti-roll bar was catching the rear beam. But so we've cracked everything off now. Luckily, I've got all new nuts and bolts on them, so it's literally a case of cracking that off. just adjust the bracket a little bit so it clears the rear beam. Obviously it's, the rear beams, I imagine, it's pretty much its lowest position really when it's obviously coming down on axle stand sort of thing. But yeah, took a few hours, but it's on. So I'm quite curious to see how much of a difference it does actually make. Whether it's as much as people say, or is my axle bushes going to start knocking their tits off because I've disturbed it all. And that's got to be the next job. But hey, I'll let you know on the drive home, guys, to see how it feels. Thank you to Ash.
No problem.
Nice one, mate. It's appreciated. So yeah, I'll update this video on the drive home and let you guys know how much of a difference it's actually made, or if it's knocking its tits off and I'm really angry. Right then. First test drive of it. I'll try and find some islands to go around. So far though, Jesus gone. Bloody hell, okay. You can feel it, you can tell it's there. Back end feels nowhere near as sort of boaty. Another island here. I think where I live, guys, it's like Milton Keynes, there's islands everywhere. Oh my god! Wow! Obviously I'm not really throwing it into the bends, but there's no knocking either, there's no noises, so that's a good sign. Another island here, let's have a look at this one. Let's have a look. Yeah, what a difference. I wasn't convinced, but it feels like it's sort of like, it handles like it's more on rails. It feels like the Corsa did, like, you know, really like responsive. Wow. Yes, definitely worthwhile mod, definitely worth the time. Had a good day today, to be fair. Hasn't stressed me out too much. Obviously it's quite more involved, but huge thanks to you, Ash, from Masters Mods. Make sure you go check out his channel, guys. I'll leave a link in the description, like I said earlier. If you want to go look at his Astra content, he's done a few little unique bits to his. Oh, but yeah, overall I'm happy. Definitely money well spent, I'd say. So, you know, handling wise now, rear anti-roll bar's done. I've obviously lowered it. It's got polybush wishbones, obviously new top mount bearings. We won't go into that. New dampers, we won't go into that. But yeah. So I've sort of sorted out the handling stuff now. Just need to get back onto the power now, I think. But as you know, I'm going to need a clutch. So I know some of you are waiting for me to get back into the dyno, but I'm not made of money, guys. So the car needs a clutch first. So it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't slip bad. It just slips when it's warm, more when it gets hot and under like heavy load. So there's no point me going for a map tweak or anything like that until that's sorted. So that's going to be my main priority. But yeah, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on the next one.